Hey everybody, it's Michadini. All the games that the elite play, the loopholes that the elite have in our country and in our society. You know, an American company or a westernized company, if they want to build, advance, and expand in a foreign, more poor, more poverty-stricken country, and they want to do it by intervening in that country's politics and economy, that is a form of imperialism. That is a direct form of oppression and exploitation. I have here an article written by David Robertson, and he is basically he's well informed of what the loopholes are. He's a tax accountant. He's also a tax fraud examiner and a small business consultant. So he pretty much knows what he's talking about when he talks about tax loopholes, being that he's a tax accountant and a tax fraud examiner. And he wrote in his article here, it says, outsourcing has been a controversy for several years in this country. Companies that outsource employment have long been demonized as un-American and unpatriotic. But there are financial benefits for an American company to handle a portion of its business in another country. Outsourcing to places like India has long been a punchline of jokes against these companies. One of the financial benefits and the reduction in taxes on these outsourcing companies is the credit for tax paid to a foreign country. It says here, the U.S. tax code allows American-based companies to deduct the amounts they have paid in taxes to foreign nations. On a tax return, it is called a foreign tax credit. A foreign tax credit. For many companies struggling with increasing labor costs here in America, this is a win-win situation or a win-win proposition. First, they pay the foreign taxes on profits earned in overseas location. Then they report that income to the IRS and receive a credit on the taxes paid. And he says, it's another one, lower tax rates. Of course, the United States has the highest tax rate. I think right underneath us is Japan. But it says here, companies move offshore for IT, human resources, manufacturing, and more because they can save money based on the taxes they pay in those countries. Because they are able to deduct the foreign taxes paid on the American tax return. Because they are able to deduct the foreign taxes paid on their American tax return, the companies essentially end up paying taxes on the lower foreign rate. Okay. Yeah, so I stare at this for a minute because I know when Obama at the State of the Union speech, he was talking about it's time to put an end to companies getting a tax break for outsourcing. And I know there's a lot of people that didn't understand that. But maybe they didn't know. But here it states, and according to David Robertson, the tax accountant, the tax fraud examiner, and small business consultant, it states here, they are able to deduct foreign taxes paid on their American tax return. The companies essentially end up paying taxes on the lower foreign rate. So they basically pay taxes at the lower foreign rate rather than the high American rate of taxes. Another benefit will be reinvestment in foreign location or foreign land. The reinvestment in foreign land. The American company has the option or loophole, as some may call it, to reinvest the profits made in the foreign country back into the foreign location. If the profits are never transferred to the company here in America, the company is not required to pay taxes on those profits. That seems like a tax break to me, people. If you use your money to expand and build in advance in that foreign country, you don't have to pay taxes because you're using your money to expand. You're using your money to advance, to build in a foreign land. Okay? To have your influence a little greater in that foreign land. If the profits are never transferred to the company here in America, the company is not required to pay taxes on those profits. These profits are used to expand overseas operations and remain not taxable by the IRS. The IRS calls this money unrepatriated earnings. Unrepatriated earnings. And the total of unrepatriated earnings reaches well beyond $600 billion. So it's a $600 billion loophole. You know, look, it's a lot of money to be made in unrepatriated earnings, meaning outsourcing and using the money you get from outsourcing to advance, to expand your influence, of course, to capitalize in foreign lands, especially poor, poverty-stricken lands. Actually, America gets more of a benefit when you do so. It makes American company come there, makes us look a little better, I guess. But you're paying them wages. You know, they wouldn't know what to do if you paid them $14 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, because they never seen before, the fact that you're paying them wages for something, it's like, wow, okay, you know, I'll take it. I gotta feed my family, you know. But for us, we know you're exploiting them, paying them what you're paying them over there in the Philippines. Now, the Philippines just had a big storm, a big disaster that happened to them. And I'm pretty sure those people over there that's trying to capitalize, that's trying to build, that's trying to advance and expand their will over there and their power, their company over there in the Philippines, have got insurance on their property. So they're not worried about it. They know they're about to get a big check for what disaster, that natural disaster occurred. But do they have insurance on the employees over there? I don't think so. So a lot of people have died over there that probably were working in these shops all types of hours, making little to no wages. They hardly could take care of their family. They, you know, sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're exploited. They oppressed. They even have money to ensure that they have a good burial, or at least money for their families when they die. That's exploitation at its best. So I looked in the World Encyclopedia because I wanted to find a word that fits this, so I can really put it in motion for the people, put it in perspective for the people to look at it in this way, because it's what it is. It is what it is. This is what it is. So I look in encyclopedia. I was looking up economic analysts, and I stumbled over economic imperialism. There, it states that neocolonialism, okay, neocolonialism is the geopolitical practice of using capitalism, business globalization, and central cultural imperialism to influence a country instead of using or without using military control and political control. I'm going to say this again here. The neocolonialism is a geopolitical practice of using capitalism, business globalization, and central cultural, imperialism to influence a country instead of using direct military control or indirect political control. You see? So we here see that the thing with Gandhi in India, this is what it brings me when I hear direct military control or indirect political control. We have to see in India, when Gandhi was there, the British was occupying that land with military force, of course.